live.
Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala Rasulillah. So tonight we continue our speech, our talk about the keys for successful marriage. We spoke last 2 weeks about different topics related to this, different secret, different keys. Tonight we'll talk about how to fill the oxytocin tank of the other gender, which is basically here for the wife, the gender, the female gender. We mentioned last week that man, when his testosterone hormone getting low and depleted, he will feel horrible. So that's what he need to increase and to generate his hormone testosterone. That how he will it will help him to release the stress. While the woman, she may increase the testosterone, but it doesn't help her to release her stress. But the most important hormone that needed to be, I mean, elevated and increased is the oxytocin. So here are few things a man, a spouse, a husband can help her to do and to increase her oxytocin. Then she will be happy and she feels good and she will deal with stress successfully. And especially at this time, as we mentioned, a lot of stress around the world. Everybody is under stress, especially if the people, they have kids at home, they have school, homeschooling, all of this just in one house. They cannot escape. So first thing for a man can do, which is just 10% that he can help his wife to increase her oxytocin, and directly as a result she will feel better and she will deal with stress and release her stress and feel better. First, hug her 4 times a day, maybe 5 times a day. Every prayer, we forgot, man, all the time. And if your husband forget about that, just ask him to give you a hug. And the hug, very, I mean, it's a really normal hug, not, I mean, sexual hug. Okay, it's just hug. Okay, 4 times a day. It's very important. The women usually, because their body are different than the men body, so they are very sensitive. And when they need the touch, you need your touch as a man touch. The spouse, the husband, give her 4 hugs. The Prophet ﷺ used to hug his wife, his daughters, and every time he touched, he used and to kiss his daughter from her forehead. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Walk and talk with her and let her talk. The most important, to let her talk. Even if now you cannot walk outside, sometimes you can walk, but inside, especially at this time, we mentioned also last week, give her the 5, 15 or 10 golden minutes. Let her talk and release what she has. Because women, they really, really, the talking or talk therapy is so important, so powerful for women. She connects with the man, with the other person, as in her husband or son or brother or any person, when she connects and speaks, and that will help her very well. Give her a flower, a gift. It doesn't mean to give her a big gift. Women usually, they don't care about that. They take care about the action which counts. If you give her a dozen or a flower, is the same. So make sure to keep giving a gift. That gift will make her oxytocin also grow and go better. And the other point, لاحظ, I mean, notice her when she dresses something good, she comb her hair, she looks better, and look at her in the positive way. Look at the positive side of the person, especially for women. They love how they, when they are noticed in how they look like. A person, a man, if you talk to him, wow, your dress is so well, it doesn't make that much because he is not as the same way, taking it the same way as a woman. While a woman, والغواني الشعر العربي يسد يعجبهن الثناء. I mean, women, when you compliment them and you notice them, they feel better and better, especially at the level of the appearance. Okay, how they dress, how they look, how I know somebody. They said the story that has the wife just, dye her hair to be red, and when she look at him, he said, "Wow, you look like a devil." That's not the notice that we want you to do. Notice in the positive way. Even you don't see much positivity, look at that small percentage of positive aspects in the person and notice that and admire it and talk about it and listen to her. We said notice her and listen to her. Listening to the woman, listening to your spouse, to your daughter, to anybody anyway. First, as Nabi Sallallahu what he when he listened to Aisha radiallahu anha, when she told him the whole entire story of the 11 women. Al-Imam, one of the Imam, he talked about Hadith Zara. It's a long hadith, and he was just listening to her, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, for the entire time. It's like a big, it's a small book, but a long story. And at the end, he told her, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, أنا لك كأبي زرع لأم زرع غير أني لا أطلقك. He said, I'm to you like Abu Zarra, the husband of Zara, but I'm not going to divorce you. He just focused on the positive aspect, the positive side. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Compliment her. Whenever she does something good, nowadays it's Ramadan, the food, maybe you don't like it. You just say, wow, it's a wonderful food. It's delicious food. It's great. It's mashallah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam never ma'aba sallallahu alaihi wasallam ta'aman qat. The Prophet never complained about any food. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. In a'jabahu akal, if he likes it, he will eat. If he doesn't like it, just he doesn't eat it. I'm full. I'm okay. Alhamdulillah. So compliment, give a compliment. Tell her about how she looks, how she dresses, how she thinks, how she make the food for you, if she make the meal for today. But for sure, everybody these days, he helps in the kitchen and he is learning to be a chef. Okay, help her without being asked. It's really important. First, a woman, she has to ask for help anyway. Don't just keep it in your heart, but ask for help. But the better way is when you help her, you feel that she looks or she feels not. I mean, she's tired, let's say, and she needs some help. You need to jump in and to move in and help her without being asked. That's very powerful. And this is just the 10% from you as a husband to help your wife to increase her oxytocin and to feel better and to deal with stress also in a better way. So let's see she do, what can she do as a woman, as a woman. So do something nice for yourself and others. This is really important because women women in general, they care most about the others. That's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala insert in their nature. They care about the kids, about the house, about the spouse, about the people around them. Their heart is a great heart, is a big heart. So they make themselves the last person to care about. And that's not right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you see that day in the Quran all the time, رَبِّ اغْفِرْ لِي وَلِوَالِدَيْ وَلِمَنْ دَخَلَ بَيْتِي مُؤْمِنًا وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ. So that's the first thing to do is yourself. Help yourself first to help me. I will help myself to help you. So make sure do something nice to yourself and others. Yourself first, then to others. And here is a beautiful way to feel better. When you do something good to yourself and to the others, that's how you increase your satisfaction and joy. And that's because everybody is created basically on the fitra. Al fitra is to love for yourself and for the others whatever you love for yourself. And the second, plan a special occasion. It's very important to plan in advance, and especially if you have a plan together. This is for the husband. If you plan a plan together between you and your spouse, or for you, you plan something in advance. Don't just wait. Say, you know what? I'm going to surprise her, to tell her just before the event will take place. No, it's not worth it. The best way is to plan in advance and tell her in advance 6 months earlier, or months, or a year. During all of this time, your spouse, the woman basically, she will feel so good and so great because she is expecting something to come. Uh, that expectation, positive expectation, will help her to feel better and to keep her most of the time better. The second, ask for help. We said before, for the man, you need to help her without being asked. And for her, usually they don't want to ask. They think the husband, he knows that I'm in need, so he will jump in to help me. But most men, they don't pay attention to that. Most of them, they don't. So what you need to ask for help. Ask. Man, he's Mr. Fixer usually. He loves to jump in and help. So ask for help and you lose nothing, okay? And schedule a walk and talk together, okay? It's the Prophet ﷺ, he used to do it. Imagine he walked with Aisha, he ran, not only walk, he compete with her. The first time, mashallah, they were competing, they were in expeditory, and he told the Sahaba, just move forward. And he stay behind them with Aisha, and he told her, let's race. And they raced, and finally, because she was so light and thin, and she preceded him, and she won the race. Oh man, she said, I won. It's very fun, very good way. Then after that, later on, she gained some weight, and he told her, let's race today. And they raced, and finally he won, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the race. He said, هذه بتلك. He made it in a fun way. He said, this for that. That time you won, now I won. It's a win-win now. And you see the Prophet, the life of the Prophet ﷺ is really simple. It's a really, I mean, normal. Okay, he walked with his wife outside, and they race, and Sahaba they were there. It's not a big deal. Okay, but in some cultures this is become a big deal, and I know some places the person cannot walk even with his wife. It doesn't work. Okay, it's not the Islam; it's the culture. Okay, and grow and make something. It's really important for a person to grow every day. When you grow every day, you add a little improvement in your life at the level of mental life, education, learning skills, at the spiritual life, even the health life. Okay, I mean, the physical life. So it doesn't need to make a huge jump or a huge change, but little at a time. Chop it down one piece at a time. إن المنبت لا أرضا قطع ولا ظهرا أبقى. The one who just raised to make everything in a really short way, short time, he may not do anything. He said, like a person who is riding his camel and keep hitting the camel to fast and to run, and finally the camel got tired and died on the road, and the person didn't reach his destination. That's a very good statement. Proverb, إن المنبت لا أرضا قطع ولا ظهرا أبقى. The next, create a have done list. This is a very important for women. They put a lot of things in their mind, especially in Ramadan. Man, you have the kids at home, homeschooling. You have the house, because when you, especially you have small kids, I have small kids, man, they ruin the whole house every day. You have to reorganize it and to keep it, I mean, in a good shape. You have the food, you have the school, you have to help them to do their schooling. I mean, it's a huge stress. So make sure the woman, she has a huge list in her mind to make them, to make everything done. So, but the problem, the woman usually she doesn't look at what she has done. She look at what she didn't done yet. She didn't do yet. So when you look at what you haven't done yet, that creates a big stress in you. So make sure to have a done list. I done with that. Then you feel success. Wow, achiever, you did a great job. So that's a really important. And reach out to friends. تواصل مع أصدقائك. When she feels bad, she feels stressed, the best way is to reach out also to your friends, good friends. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, مثل العربي said, الصاحب ساحب. الصاحب ساحب. A friend is a puller, can pull you to his direction. So لا تصاحب إلا من ذكرك بالله رؤيته وزاد في علمك منطقه. Don't associate yourself except with the person that when you see him or her, you increase, you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you talk or he talks to you, he increase your knowledge, which is really, really powerful. And here they mention a very beautiful, statement. They said, high caliber people, they think and they talk about ideas. And the middle caliber people, they talk about people, about events, sorry. And the low caliber people, they just talk about people. The whole day they talk about that person and this person, that lady and this lady, and they waste their time. And Ramadan is the best time not to be engaged on this nonsense. That's the best time to talk about the ideas and to recite the Quran, to read some books about understanding the Quran, reflection, helping people, and talking to people when they feel down, help them out. Thumb up, thumb up. Okay, make him feel better. If you make somebody feel better, you get a huge reward. And the last one, you could hire a coach or some you go if you find no way but to find somebody to help you out. That will be a great way. A consultant, a coach, a counseling, whatever he can do to the imam and find somebody to help you out to reduce your stress and to help you in your relationship. Because when the stress is rising, the relationship is in danger. So make sure to manage your stress and never act while you are stressed or you are angry. Never do a decision while you are angry. The Prophet ﷺ, he made it a very beautiful statement. He said, لا يقضي القاضي وهو غضبان. A judge, if he is judging between two people, he shouldn't judge between them while he is angry. Because being angry, all the power of thinking or reasoning or judgment the right way, it's off. It's not on. Okay? So this is the few ways you could look at them and help yourself as you, as a woman, and your spouse supposed to help you somehow. Just 10% will help you out and get better. Okay, you could go and look at this very beautiful short video, man brain, women brain. Go online in the YouTube and listen to it. It's a beautiful way. It's beautiful. Presentation about the men brain and women brain. Just type it and you will find it. Okay, now we'll talk about the number four, the key number four. It talk about the translation in Arabic, in English, but it's okay. We work on that. Now, here we talk about the ways how to eliminate your negative emotions. What are the strategies and the skills you could learn and develop to eliminate your uh, negative emotions? Nowadays, one of the emotions is the fear of poverty, uh, fear of losing a job, fear of losing a relationship between the spouses at home because of the stress of the environment, the circumstances these days. So what can you do? Especially the fear of poverty is from a shaitan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, الشيطان يعدكم الفقر ويأمركم بالفحشاء والله يعدكم مغفرة منه وفضلا. الشيطان is the one who promises you poverty. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises you abundance, prosperity. Allah is Kareem, just ask Him. And the best way to increase in that is just to give, especially at the month of Ramadan. The Prophet ﷺ, as Aisha said, كان أجود الناس. He was the most generous ﷺ, and especially in the month of Ramadan when Jibril comes down and talk to him and recite with him the Quran. كان أجود من الريح المرسلة. This is the month of Ramadan, by the way. We are at the guidance college, lunchgood.com. Go there and try to donate to the center. I mean, to the college. We need your support, financial support. $1 a day keeps Jahannam away. I remember this slogan. We did it once in one of the masajid to raise some fund. $1 a day keeps Jahannam away. So please, just $1, 5, 10, whatever. As much we have more number, and less amount, we create a better. I mean, we collect a better amount. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you, all of you, inshallah, for your donations for the college. So here is the first way called to spin your emotions. Just look at this. We work on maybe on this or two. Spinning, emotion spinning. So what you need to do whenever you think about you are worried about something. This is one of the NLP neuro linguistic programming techniques to release or to relieve you from fear, phobia, anxiety, and stress and anything, which is works so powerful, so fast to release you from any problem because everything is in your mind. And what we do, this is invented by Dr. Richard Bandler. He talked about that. I learned it from him, called Tadwir al-Hasis. So what to do? Now let's think about such emotion. Let's say you are scared of something, you are worried about something, and think about it while you are sitting there. Think about it. And when you think about that emotions, for sure, the emotions, good emotions or bad emotions, it has its own spinning. It's one option way to spin, either to spin forward or backward or right side or left side. So keep it moving in the direction that you notice. Tune in and see how it spins in your body. Mostly it's in your chest. Any bad feeling, you feel it, close your eyes and let it spin. Spin the direction that it looks like. If not, just set it on a direction. And here, what you need to do, you should give her a color which is the worst color that you imagine, the color that you hate, you don't like. Let's say if you don't like the color black or blue or whatever, just put that color and let it spin faster and faster. As it moves faster, and keep it moving faster and double the speed, triple the speed, 10 times, 100 times, your emotions will be worse and worse. Keep moving, 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 and stop now. That's how it works. When you stop your emotions, you stop that moving wheel, uh, spinning wheel in your chest, imaginary spinning black wheel or blue wheel, whatever color you choose. And when you say stop, stop it. Then what you need to do now, imagine yourself, you are taking your hands inside and reversing the spinning wheel to move in a reverse in the opposite direction. But now what you need to do is to move it and you choose a beautiful color, the color that you like the most. Okay, the color that you love the most, and put it there. That spinning will turn to be from, let's say, black color to a red color or purple color, whatever. So spin it now faster and faster. As it moves faster and faster, we need to think about one of the brilliance, the best, the most joyous moment ever in your life. You enjoyed them the most. Could be those moments, could be in your time when you were a very small kid, maybe at the elementary school, maybe middle school, maybe high school, maybe when you graduated, maybe the same beautiful moments when you got married, in your first honeymoon, maybe when you got the first child, maybe when you won a big competition, maybe when you whatever. Remember that moment. When you think about it, live in that moment. See what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel what you felt at that moment. So for sure you will smile. When you think about a great moment in your life, it just turn your life in the opposite from the negative into positive. Keep that spinning, colorful, beautiful colors wheel moving in the opposite direction. And as it moves faster and faster, your positive emotions will rise and getting better and better. Keep it, move it faster and faster, double the speed, triple the speed, 100 times, 1,000 times, million times, and stop it now. When you stop it, have a deep breath. When you have a deep breath and you release, usually inhale shorter than exhale. Make when you exhale your breath longer when you inhale. And say Alhamdulillah. And think about that. I tried it with different people, many of them from the first time everything is done. And when they try to recall again their bad memories, their bad emotions, their bad whatever in their minds, it goes away. How that works? It works this way, because our emotions are related with our nerves. When our immunology works, so those, transmitters in the brain moves the same in the same direction with that negativity. So when you stop it and you break that pattern and you move it in the opposite, so if you try to bring it back, it's difficult. It's really difficult. That's one of the best ways to use. It's really just follow it and you will get it. One of the easy ways also you could use when a person has a problem, has an issue, emotional issue in his relationship with his spouse, with somebody. It's simple. Just take it and take a piece of paper and take a pen and write down every horrible things in the opposite person that you are dealing with, that you are suffering from that. Write everything horrible that you imagine in details. So it means when you write it down in details, you just express your emotions, but secretly, not louder. Don't share it with anybody. Don't share it with your spouse, man. It would be big trouble. Just write it down. After you finish, you could tear it, or you could burn it, put it in fire. It turned to be ashes. That's it. And that it works all with your neurology, with your nervous system, الجهاز العصبي, and with your heart, with your mind. This is few, two things works so good, so powerful, especially the first one, it's really, I'm telling you, really, really powerful tool, really powerful skill strategy to help you out, to increase, to get rid of your negativity, negative emotions. The next key is al-istighfar. The next secret, istighfar and dua. So despite what you have, life is not free of what we say of difficulties. It's full of difficulties. But remember what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. With every difficulties, there is easiness. With the difficulty, there is an easiness. Means two easiness in in front one difficulty, face one difficulty. It means one difficulty doesn't defeat two isms. And the best thing to make things easy is astaghfirullah. الذنوب, sins are the worst thing to put us down. So when we commit sins, we get heavier and we go to the ground, to our origin, which is dirt. And the dirts are heavier, while the spirit and the soul is so light. So what we do, we are struggling between these two, either to go heavier and you follow your desires, material desires, uh, and or you go higher with your spirit, with your soul. And as a believer, you have to fulfill this and fulfill this. It's not to just to make your body horrible. No, no. You have to keep the balance, and the best thing to keep that is to do istighfar, أستغفر الله العظيم وأتوب إليه. Set for yourself a very good way how to do istighfar. فقلت استغفروا ربكم إنه كان غفارا يرسل السماء عليكم مدرارا ويمددكم بأموال وبنين ويجعل لكم جنات ويجعل لكم أنهارا. So keep that istighfar, especially in the month of Ramadan. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgiveness for you, for your spouse, for your kids, for your family, for your brothers, for your sisters, for every person, every believer around you. أسأل الله تعالى أن يوفقنا لحسن الإيمان به والتوكل عليه. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.